Hello everybody, Ben Modges here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 129-112 win against the Philadelphia 76ers. Raptors 7-1 on the season now, and my god, this game, except for a light stretch in the fourth quarter, was phenomenal. The Toronto Raptors looked like they were at the beginning of the season. Last game looked like a complete distant memory as we just came out and smoked Philadelphia tonight. And the first guy we got to talk about is Kawhi Leonard. 31 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals for Kawhi tonight. We're such a different team when he's on the court. Last game, we had Kawhi, OG, Fred out, and we just got smoked by the Milwaukee Bucks. And we didn't look like we were playing Raptors basketball. It didn't look like we were playing as a team. We looked completely out of sync. It was a complete mess. We still didn't have Fred. We still didn't have OG tonight. And we looked like a completely different team. It was phenomenal. I know it's not only attributed to Kawhi, as a lot of players had great games, and obviously Kyle Lowry's shooting wasn't too great the last game, and he amped it back up tonight, and we'll talk about him later. But there's something about Kawhi. He's a superstar player. You know, we all know how great of a talent he is, but he's showing leadership this year. You know, because when he played with the Spurs, it was always Tim Duncan and Manu and Tony Parker who were the veterans, and you know, Kawhi would take over in the clutch, and he was an MVP candidate, but it never felt like he was the main guy to everyone rallied around. But with this team, he looks like that guy. He's doing everything on the roster. I'm just so excited. It's so happy to see him on the court. And for people that are complaining about him resting, the Toronto Raptors need to cater to Kawhi. They need to cater to him. I don't care, you know, if it looks bad or, you know, it sucks for the fans that paid tickets to watch him play. But we're worried about winning in June and keeping this guy happy. And the thing about Kawhi is he's horrified of getting injured. Whenever he has interviews, whenever he has anything, whenever he's talking on the media, he's always said, I'm happy, I'm healthy, right? I'm not getting injured. When he was asked what his main goal for the season, aside from saying, you know, he wants a championship, his main goal is to stay healthy. It sucks to be out for long periods of time. He was out basically all of last season with that quad injury, and that takes a toll on players mentally. So even if he's healthy and it's unlikely he's going to get injured, we need to cater to his mental recovery of this injury and physical, and make sure be very precautious about keeping this guy healthy. That's what he wants to do. If he gets injured for our team, 1, he's not going to play this year where we're going all out, and 2, he's not going to stay because he doesn't have trust in our medical staff. That should be the Raptors' number one objective. That's just something I wanted to address. This guy's a legit superstar. We need to cater to him. Proved it tonight. 31 points on 10 of 19 shooting. 9 of 10 from the free throw line. If he keeps this up, he's going to be MVP of the league. You know, Giannis, Steph, AD, they're out there putting up big numbers. But we're going to be the top of the East if he keeps playing this level. And his efficiency and defense, it's too much. Anyways, enough about Kawhi. Another guy had a bounce-back game tonight, Kyle Lowry. 20 points, 12 assists, 3 three-pointers. Looking like Kyle that we've been seeing all year. Aggressive when we need a bucket, he gets us the bucket. His assists. I'm thinking about Kawhi too much. Kyle Lowry's playmaking this year, he's leading the league in assists currently. That's all you have to say when you talk about Kyle this year. He's making sure everyone's engaged, everyone's hot, and you can see it by, you know, the spread. The spread of scoring tonight. Kyle made sure to get the ball to people that were hot, cooking, and the offense runs perfectly through Kyle. It's one of his most underrated abilities. It's something hard to judge in the box score and those sorts of things, but it's the main reason he's one of the most underrated point guards in the league, along with his defense and charge taking. It's awesome to have a point guard that is an all-around player that can score, assist, drive, and you know, Kyle just fits perfectly as the clear number 2 option, the clear second best player on a team, because he can focus on facilitating and getting buckets when we need it. You know, with DeMarre, 2 of them were kind of like 1A, 1B. I'd argue Kyle was the better player, but DeMarre was the more talented, if that makes sense. But, you know, they were essentially equals. But now we know that Kawhi is going to be the main guy on offense, and Kyle can focus on creating and getting those buckets as a second option. I think this just works perfectly. We've said it before. This could be Kyle's another breakout year for Kyle, and I'm excited for the season. He keeps showing out. And Jonas Valanciunas tonight, 23 points, 4 rebounds in 17 minutes, 8 of 14 from the field. He had a field day in the paint. He had a really nice corner three. It was pretty saucy. Kawhi kicked it out to him, and Jonas had the nice little corner three. But Jonas, he's been playing really well. I'd like to see him get a few more minutes tonight. I know it's tough when we have Serge Ibaka's defense has been great, and obviously the Sixers have Joel Embiid, and we need to put our best defender on him. But when Jonas is out there playing like that, you got to give him some more run, especially down the stretch, and when Embiid's cooking and there's nothing you can do to stop him. We need to combat him and make him play on the offensive end. But I'm not complaining too much, as Serge had a great game tonight as well. 16 points, 8 rebounds. Our team was just all around great. Siakam tonight, 15 points, 15 rebounds. The Raptors are back. We were gone for a game. These are the Toronto Raptors I love to see. To talk about some negatives, CJ Miles, he hit 1 3 tonight, but it seems like every time he shoots now, I'm so unconfident in his 3-ball, and it looks like he is as well. The issue with CJ is he's a hired sniper. He's not known for his defense. He's not known for his creating. He's a little bit better than, DeMarre Carroll at driving, but he's not great at it. And from a 3 and kind of D guy, you just need them to at least hit the open shots on a consistent basis. And that's something CJ Miles has struggled with. And I'm hoping, maybe he can start taking easier shots to start games and get into a little bit of a rhythm. Hopefully he can have a few games back-to-back and get right back on track with hitting threes. But he doesn't really bring that much on the rest of the game. He's not a great defender, as I mentioned. He doesn't really do anything else. You compare him to a guy like Danny Green, who's on our roster. Danny Green hits his open threes. He went 2 for 4 tonight, but when Danny Green shoots it, he shoots it with complete confidence. He never rushes. He's just always in the flow. And Danny Green defends, and he passes within the offense. CJ isn't an awful passer, but Danny Green is better at working within the flow of an offense, and obviously his defense is ridiculous. We need CJ to do a little bit more on the court. I know a lot of Raptor fans are flaming him and giving him a hard time, as if he's not performing, he deserves to be called out. But I'm just hoping he gets his 3-point stroke back, because we know he's at least a decent shooter, and decent shooters can hit the open ones, and I'm just hoping he gets that. That's all I'm hoping. Norman Powell, 4 points tonight. Personally, I really like the way Norm's playing. 2 shots. He's not really forcing anything this year. Where Norm struggled last season is he wouldn't get too much run, and then he'd get thrown in the game and he'd try and do too much. This season, he knows he's going to get minutes. He knows that if he scores 20 points or he scores 0 points, he's still going to get his run and get his opportunity. And he's not just focused on being a DeMar DeRozan driver and attacker, because he's not that talented. He's not that type of player. He's most definitely talented, but we don't want to be running the offense through Norm. And this year he can focus on doing different things. He can swing the ball a bit more. He still gets the occasional turnover, none tonight, but if he can just hit the open threes, drive when we need him to drive, and he's a phenomenal defender. That's never been an issue with Norm. He's got that long wingspan, crazy athlete. If he can continue to play within the flow of the offense, I don't care if he's scoring 4 points a game. He's a very valuable player to this team, and I'm happy with the way Norm's playing this season. And we all know he can go off. He can go off for stretches, so I'm happy with the way Norm's playing, and hopefully he can stay in the rotation as we get all our guys back healthy. DeLon Wright, he had a bit of a better game tonight. He still doesn't look 100%. I'm not really sure what he's kind of hesitant out there, but he went 3 for 9 from the field, 7 points tonight. Hopefully he can just get back to the way he was playing the preseason and last year. DeLon's a phenomenal player. I'm sure he'll break out of this little slump. He's injured. I'm not judging DeLon until I know he's back 100% healthy. Lorenzo Brown, a lot of people flaming this guy for getting a lot of minutes, and myself included. I gave him the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award last year. He didn't get much run tonight, so Nick Nurse listened to the podcast, which is great. Lorenzo has some skill. I'll give him that, but we really don't want him playing too many minutes. He's our 4th-string point guard. He's probably one of the best 4th-stringers in the league, but he's still a 4th-stringer. This is the minutes we want him playing. Hopefully he might be able to show something in garbage time and maybe get his 3-pointer more consistent in his next run. But yeah, the boys played well tonight. So we may as well just go straight into the segments. Tonight, the Kawhi You Do Him Like That play of the day. It's going straight to the man himself, the guy it's named after, Kawhi Leonard. guarding Ben Simmons tonight. Ben Simmons, one of the best point guards in the Eastern Conference, maybe the league. He's in his second year. Kawhi just had him clamped all night, and it showed through on the last possession one of the last possessions of the game. Sixers were making their run. We needed a nice stop and score. Kawhi guarding Ben Simmons. He's trying to take over the game. Drives in on Kawhi. Silly move, Ben Simmons. Trying to go in while Kawhi's guarding you. Kawhi steals the ball straight off him. Goes down the lane. Throws a beautiful pass to Siakam for the and one finish at the end of the game. That was an exciting play. That really sealed the deal right there. So, Kawhi, you got to do Ben Simmons like that. Man, that was such a good play. I'm so happy we have a superstar that plays offense, plays defense, plays everything. I'm so high on Kawhi Leonard. I can't believe he's a Toronto Raptor. But not all plays can be the Kawhi you do him like that play of the day. And some just make you say, oh, geez. And tonight, the OG's play of the day. It's going to Jonas Valanciunas tonight. I think I already mentioned this play, but Jonas Valanciunas getting the ball on a kick out in the corner. For the corner three, no hesitation. Usually when Jonas gets his threes, he's usually pump faking, looking around, seeing if there's anyone close. But he shot this one, ready to go, ready to let it fly, and it hit the front of the rim, splashed it down. Made me say, oh, geez, as a Raptors fan. And if Jonas can start banging out those corner threes, I'm going to be hyped. I'm going to be hyped if he starts stepping out in the corner like Steph Curry. We made our video last year. We said it before everyone else. Jonas is the next Steph Curry, and he's showing through tonight. Anyways, and the final segment, the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award. We got 2 of them. We're handing them out like it's Halloween. The Sixers are out here trick-or-treating. They're coming up looking for DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Awards because they're getting 2 tonight. The first one going to Ben Simmons. I already mentioned he had 11 turnovers tonight. He had a triple-double in turnovers. 11 points, 10 assists, and 11 turnovers. Kawhi Leonard had that man locked down. It was, it wasn't just Kawhi, but Ben Simmons really couldn't get it going tonight. And, he still had 10 assists and 10 rebounds, but if you have 11 turnovers and you're messing up the team's offense, and the Sixers were out of this game pretty well the whole time, except for the end when Joel Embiid tried to single-handedly bring them back. But Simmons, he's got to stop trying to drive on Kawhi Leonard. I know he doesn't have the jump shot yet, and then he's forced to dribble to the rim, but he needs a J in his game because you're not getting past Clamp God, And then we didn't even have the second Clamp God there tonight to lock down Ben Simmons when Kawhi wasn't on the floor. So he's really got to get that jumper. People are saying the Sixers are going to be better than the Raptors this year and get further in the playoffs. They really, Ben Simmons can't be having performances like this if they want to have a chance against us and even against the Celtics and the Bucks. So Simmons, you're getting the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award. You're a phenomenal player. Really not a good game tonight. And the second one, because we're handing these stars out like wild tonight, it's going to the Philadelphia 76ers reporter and Buff Streams. Because I was forced to listen to the Sixers broadcast, and I know the Raptors announcers are kind of biased, but they try and be objective and talk about the Sixers, and not bag on the other team. And even this podcast, we don't try and totally trash on the other team when we're reacting. We focus on the Raptors, but obviously we're a bit homers and biased, but that's who our demographic is. The Sixers broadcast, they were just kind of trashing on the Raptors. We were winning. We were killing it in the game. They were throwing shade at Kyle Lowry when he was talking to referees. They were doing different things. I didn't like it. Not a good look for me. Maybe other announcers do this too. Maybe I don't notice Matt and Jack do it to other teams because I'm so used to watching Raptors play. But yeah, it just was weird to hear them. They're losing. Toronto's been great all season, and they're out here flaming our guys. They're out here talking trash. No, I wasn't a big fan. 76ers announcers, you're getting the DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award tonight. Anyways, that's enough for me this game. We had a solo pod here. Riker will be back on the next one, hopefully. And, we really appreciate you guys listening. The Instagram has been blowing up. We really appreciate your guys' support and following that. Definitely jump on the bandwagon there. There's a lot of cool new posts coming. We love the DMs too, the direct messages. You're always throwing those out too. So that's great to see. You're the best for making this far. As I said, check out all those Instagram, Twitter, all that cool stuff. Cheers.